Hey Glam fam, welcome back. Today we are talking about episode 16 of Real Housewives of Potomac. So we start with Robyn trying on dresses. Apparently this wedding is a month away and she has nothing planned. And she has so much to do for the two-person wedding. So I guess she does want a cake and a reception and all of that stuff now. Because at first she didn't. Now she's talking about she got to get all this stuff for the wedding. And if y'all heard the news, Robyn and Juan are reportedly married. This news came out, I want to say, a week or two ago. And it's supposed to air on the finale, which is next week. So maybe that's why she felt like she had to do all of this for the wedding. Because it's going to be filmed. I don't know. So Giselle and Ashley are with her, helping her look at dresses. And they started talking about the night before. Ashley is filling Giselle in on the night and how Mia was all over Wendy. And Giselle was very interested in this story, which is odd to me because she can't stand Wendy, but she want to be all in her business. So Ashley has to leave early. And I found this part so funny when Giselle was like, oh, now I have to tell Robyn all the tea without you. And Ashley was like, how much sauce you gonna put on it?
So beautiful.
I have to give Robyn all the tea without you.
I know. Well, how much sauce are you gonna put on it?
Because she know Giselle be lying. So now it's just Giselle and Robyn. Giselle is going to plan Robyn's Bachelorette Party. Of course, that's her BFF. So they plan to have this upscale fancy dinner at a strip club. And that's the Bachelorette Party. Robyn doesn't want to invite Karen for obvious reasons. But then she also doesn't invite Wendy because Wendy was living for Karen. She was kikiing it up in Mexico when Karen was reading Robyn. So, I mean, that is somewhat understandable. I don't know. I feel like ever since she told Giselle that Wendy had apologized to her and they made up, Giselle was not approving of it. So ever since then, Robyn has been looking for an issue to have with Wendy. So then they move on to Candace and Chris, who are spending some quality time together. They talk about Mexico, and it's going back and forth between Candace and Chris and Wendy and Karen because they're also meeting up for lunch. So Candace starts telling Chris about Giselle and Charisse going at it, and she refers to them as old ladies. Like, I don't get why everybody is getting on their age. Giselle called it the geriatric fight. Candace talking about the old ladies fighting. Like, I don't get it. None of them are spring chickens. So, I don't get the age shaming. So, like I said, Wendy and Karen are also having lunch talking about Mexico as well. And Ashley FaceTimes Karen and drops the bomb that they are not invited to the Bachelorette Party. Now, Karen, she really don't seem to care. Of course, I'm sure she wasn't expecting an invite, and I'm sure she wouldn't have wanted to go anyway. Wendy, on the other hand, does feel some sort of way, and she doesn't really understand the issue because she apologized to Robyn. So in her head, they good. Then next, we move on to Giselle and Mia because now Giselle got to be nosy and figure out exactly what happened, even though she already ran her mouth telling the story before she got the story. So Giselle actually told Robyn that Mia and Wendy had sex. So yeah, she put a lot of sauce on that. But in reality, according to Mia, they just showed each other their vaginas. I don't know what's Mia's obsession with looking at everybody's vagina. Didn't she get hers done? Didn't she like get her vagina done or something? Isn't that what she said on her first season? Am I making that up? I might be making that up. But I could have sworn that's what she had said. And maybe that's why she's obsessed with seeing everybody else's. So Mia is the way she's telling the story is like Wendy was all on her. I feel like she's trying to project all of her true feelings on Wendy because she said that, all of this tension this whole time has been sexual tension from Wendy. I think it's the other way around, especially given what she just said on Watch What Happens Live. I don't know if y'all saw that. I think it was like last week, after last week's episode, she was talking about she would have a foursome with Wendy and Gordon and Eddie and they all got to be involved. You are the one with the sexual tension. Like, she is definitely projecting. And at that point, when she started going in about that, I didn't believe her at all. I 100% believe that Mia was the aggressor and she was the one coming on to Wendy. And plus, at the wedding shop, when Ashley was telling Giselle everything, she didn't say Wendy was on Mia. She said Mia was on Wendy. Mia also talks about Jacqueline and how Jacqueline called her and tried to apologize. And then they show like this mini clip of her on the phone with somebody. That doesn't necessarily prove that she was talking to Jacqueline, but if that's true, I don't get why Jacqueline called her to apologize. I don't get why you did all of that in Mexico just to come home and apologize. So it's time for Robyn's Bachelorette Party. They have a party bus. They're going to take a party bus to the strip club. Well, not the strip club, the entertainment center that Mia used to work at. But yeah, they took a party bus. Mia and Ashley show up in the same jumpsuit.
Hello?
But they look good. They look good. Mia did throw a little shade and said she looked better than Ashley. She did, to be honest. But Ashley still looked good. Everybody's arriving. They're excited. Robyn shows up in the worst outfit.
Robyn's here.
A blazer dress? Girl, what? Like, you look like you're going to a corporate Christmas party. But the energy, the vibes, they good. Everybody's excited. And then you have Charisse. She's in her little funky mood. What's new? This week, she's upset because she feels like she is closer to Robyn than the other ladies, and it should have been her throwing her the bachelorette party with Giselle. She want her spot back. She want her friends back. She want her crown back as the Queen of Potomac. Girl, like, you're living in the past. If you really wanted to be a part of the party that bad, you should have reached out to Giselle. You knew Giselle was going to have something to do with the party, given that that's her BFF, and you so close to Giselle. So if you really wanted to be involved with the party, you should have called her. So they start talking about Wendy and Mia again, and Charisse mentions that they were kissing and Wendy grabbed her vagina, and Charisse has no credibility. She follows behind the Green Eye Bandits too. So I don't really believe her side of the story. Then Ashley interjected and was like, well, but Mia grabbed her too. So yeah, basically the lady's trying to make it seem like Wendy wants Mia, and stuff don't even sound believable. The stuff that they came up with for this season just doesn't sound believable. They get to this entertainment center, and everybody seems to be having fun. They seem to be very drunk. Like, the way they were eating that steak and lobster, you could tell they was drunk. It didn't look that fun to me. Like, if I'm gonna go to a strip club and I want to see strippers, I would probably want to be surrounded by everybody. So the fact that, like, everybody had their own little private dinner section, then it was like private strippers, I don't know. Maybe it would be fun with a group of people, but I just rather be like in a strip club rather than what they were doing. Then they ask about Ashley and Michael and the status of their divorce. Ashley is stating that they've been very nice and cordial to each other, but she hasn't been dating because Michael told her he wasn't dating nobody. And I'm not sure why she believed that, because he was dating people while y'all was still married. So yeah, you should have known he was outside. So Candace mentions that Michael actually showed up to her restaurant with another woman. So she's like, that's BS. Michael's dating and he bringing these women to my man's restaurant. And it's kind of weird how Michael keeps showing up to Candace and Chris's events. I don't know if y'all remember or even saw that video that I reacted to maybe like a few months ago where Michael crashed one of Candace's performances, and they were out of the country. So he went to their performance and was talking trash about Ashley or something like that. Now you showing up to their restaurant with another woman. Like, I don't get it. Last I checked, he couldn't stand Candace and Chris. So I don't get why he keep following them around. It's really weird. At this point, it just seems like he wants this stuff to get back to Ashley. You're not filming with Ashley. You won't even have a phone call with Ashley. Won't make a cameo or anything. But you're showing up to Candace and Chris's restaurant, who I could have sworn you didn't like, with another woman. It's so weird. Like, what? It's weird. Of course, we got to get to Karen eventually. The conversation is not complete unless they talking about Karen. Even that Robyn's Bachelorette Party with this good old food and these strippers, y'all don't have nothing else to talk about. Charisse finally gets active because Charisse been quiet the whole time because she been in her feelings. Charisse reminds me of Beetlejuice. Like, you have to say Karen's name 3 times, and that's when she finally appears and shows up and starts talking. She's acting like, oh, I'm done with Karen. I ain't got time to think about Karen. But clearly, you don't have time to come up with another story, because now she's talking about Karen got drunk and went and screwed the worker in the bathroom. And Candace's reaction to this was very shocking to me. Candace seemed like she knows some things, because she been a little shady regarding Karen cheating on Ray this whole season, in my opinion. If y'all remember all the way back to the earlier part of the season where her and Ashley were getting along, you know, for that little bit of time they was getting along, and she was telling all of Karen's business. Then Karen confronted her about it in Miami, and she acted like she didn't say it. Then she apologized to Karen for saying it. Now you saying it again. Candace must know something. I don't know that Karen cheats. Like, I wouldn't say that she's out, like, sleeping with men and stuff like that. But do I think, like, she be looking at other guys, flirting with other guys, texting other guys? Yes. I mean, Ray has told us that himself. Mia actually has an interesting theory, which I kind of agree with and makes sense when you think about it. She said that Ray is at the point where he knows that he's older. He's not as attractive as he probably was. And Karen is going to be looking at other guys. And her eye is going to be wandering at all of these other young, fine men. So he just tolerates it. And if that works for them, I think Mia has a good point there. All in all, the Bachelorette Party seemed fun. Seemed somewhat fun. So next week is the finale. Okay, I didn't know we were at the finale already. And Robyn finally tells her parents about this wedding. They don't seem too excited. I just think it's kind of messed up that you're televising it for the world to see, but you don't even want your parents to be there. I don't get why Robyn's so secretive with this wedding. I really don't get it. Just for it to be shown on the finale anyway. Like, it's not making any sense. We're also going to see Mia tell Karen everything Charisse said at the Bachelorette Party. And Karen gets upset with Mia because she said it seemed like Mia didn't have her back. And Mia was just like, I didn't. So Mia is just a friend to nobody this season, huh? Charisse and Karen have another argument. And Mia brings up a rumor to Karen about her dating yet another guy, which I'm sure came from Charisse. Or maybe Candace. I don't know. Candace might shock us. And then Chris and Candace have a big argument. The finale seems pretty good. Seems like next week is going to be a pretty good show. Do y'all think that Candace has been a little shady to Karen this season? I feel like she's been real shady regarding these cheating rumors, which is odd because she didn't approve of the Karen and... because she didn't approve of Karen talking about wine. And then she had an issue, of course, when everybody was talking about Chris. But, like, girl, you are kikiing it up with these Karen rumors. So, and maybe because there's maybe some truth to them. I don't know. But I feel like she's been a little shady to Karen this season. But y'all let me know what y'all thought about the episode in the comments down below. Make sure you like and subscribe. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye.